3, 2, 1. Nice. And welcome in, everybody. Woo!
What's up, guys?
$1 Million Radio, Season 1, Episode 4. I doubt we get a second season renewed. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I actually heard we're getting canceled.
We
Unsubscribe while you can.
We ain't got canceled yet, thank goodness.
Unsubscribe while you can. Please.
Welcome in, everybody. Skylar, Jacob here. Also, new face, familiar voice to the program, Griffin Watts. Everybody clap. Give us a round of applause.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Round of applause for Griffin Watts in the studio. Griffin is great when it comes to sports talk and things of that nature. Welcome in, Griffin.
It's nice to be here, guys.
So what do we see this weekend, guys? We had a great weekend of football. Week 3 of college football. Week 2 of NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, boys. Parlays did not hit yesterday.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird scores yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of weird scores. A lot of underdogs covering and or winning outright yesterday. Kind of similar with college football the last couple of weeks, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some crazy games. LSU, South Carolina. Kentucky almost pulled it off against Georgia. That was a stunner for sure.
I wouldn't. That was like a light little, explosion in the microwave. Nothing too insane. I mean,
It seems like
you can't say a game of 13-12 was an explosion. I mean, that's crazy.
it was
it
was weird to see Georgia. I mean, I guess it's not weird to see Georgia struggle because they typically do like one game of the season. Last couple of years they've struggled against Missouri, almost lost in those games. So
did they struggle with Kent State at the beginning of one season?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
We didn't struggle with Kent State.
No,
71-0 win. Volunteers over the Golden Flashes.
Should have stopped it at halftime.
Yeah, 65-0 at halftime.
That's pathetic. We only put up 6 more points, though. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean,
Road to 100 was...
The dogs were called off. I guess
so. 4th string was in.
We had, I think, everybody that dressed out played in that game, which is good to see.
You love to see them getting reps, especially the backup QBs.
Yeah. I mean, you never know when somebody like Nico could go down or one of the wide receivers. We got a deep running back room. Deshaun Bishop is a dog. We didn't get to see Cam Seldon play in that game. Is he still out? I think he's still out.
He might be, but I was going to say, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but 27.
What is his name?
It's Peyton something, but he looks like a dog, too.
Yeah. Is it? Dang. I can't remember his name.
But you kind of knew that game was over before...
Oh, it was over before it started.
Yeah. First snap, that shit went all the way back.
When I saw the safety happen, I was like, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to feel bad for Kent State center, man. The lights were a little too bright. Kind of like how they are in the studio. That's why I'm wearing these glasses. But, yeah.
Jay Fine with the glasses, the shades on.
It's nothing ego, guys. It's literally just the light is so bright, I just can't handle it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, some people can't. They fold under the bright lights. Jacob does not fold under them. He knows how to handle them. He brings preventative measures.
That center should have wore some tinted shades. I don't know what was wrong with them. Like, it seemed like every other snap, it was too high. There's safeties. There's lost yardage. I mean, that's man.
The nerves are getting to him.
Yeah, but me and my girlfriend were talking, as per usual, and I was just like, I think, imagine just you're a player of another team. You walk into Neyland Stadium, and it's near sold out. I think there was 101,000 people there.
Yeah, they said it was 100,000 more than they played for last week.
Exactly. And so, like, I'd be shitting my britches. I mean, personally, but hey, Tennessee didn't shit them orange britches.
No,
they
orange,
pulled through.
I mean, we should have held off on the orange britches against Kent State. I mean, the orange britches are just too powerful.
You're asking for a whooping.
Nah, dude, you're talking about them black uniforms or them smoky grays. Ooh,
yeah,
those are a little different.
No, because even the aways, the white top, orange pants, those get me every time too.
You don't like them, or you like them?
No, I love them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the orange britches, man, they do something. They got some special powers, dude.
Yeah.
And I've seen where people were not necessarily complaining, but just pointing out how Tennessee has not worn like orange yet, and so they're like, hold my beer, watch this. We're gonna go all orange, just a complete orange out.
What was that?
That's what you want to call
What was
it.
that one year they wore? It was so stupid, in my opinion. It was black with the white.
It was for Halloween against South Carolina.
That was sick,
it
man.
was either 2009, 2010,
No,
something like that.
this was actually a few.
It was
years ago.
Heupel's first year. It was also against South Carolina.
Yeah.
We wore
Now I remember.
we wore the black jerseys. I think black pants
Yeah.
too, but it was a white helmet.
Shit looks so stupid. I'm sorry.
With the it was like a black outline around the tee.
no,
and
hell,
stuff.
I love those uniforms.
Black goes
I thought
hard.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, dude, black goes hard, but you got
Especially the helmets.
Yeah, you
with,
gotta have
the
a black helmet.
outline.
You gotta have a black helmet. I'm sorry. I mean, like,
Hey, we got them stocked up now, though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That Kentucky game a couple years ago, I'm sure is around Halloween. I think it was Halloween.
It was Halloween. Yeah, that was why we did it.
I was in Nashville that night. I guess I was going to a Titans game the next day or something. But yeah, we've got those in the bag for sure. I think we'll end up bringing those out, hopefully against Kentucky again, or one of those teams. We got Oklahoma coming up this week. The line opened up last weekend as Oklahoma like a 2.5 point favorite.
No, we're favored now. We're favored.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
So it switched.
Did
Yeah.
it jump up to 7.5 or like maybe 6.5
check.
probably?
It is. I think yesterday I saw it was 6.5. But
okay.
I mean, I kept checking it over and over again because it was one of those games that has been up for a couple weeks, just like a future game that you could bet on. And Tennessee opened up as like a 2.5 point underdog, and then we saw what they did to NC State last week, and then Kent State this week. And now they're like a 6.5 point favorite. That's an 8 point swing in Tennessee's direction.
It's gonna be a good game.
I hope it's a good game. I hope we keep up the production offensively and defensively. Boys, our defense, I mean, that's the talk of the town right now.
It is. It is. It's looking honestly as strong, if not a little stronger than the offense. Just I say that as we put up 71, but I'm just saying it seems like the impact will be a little more great when we play those really high production teams. That defense can be a little more clutch because those other teams will probably have the ability to put up some points, but if we can contain that, our offense will do some of that. We'll offset that. But having the ability to actually contain the other team is going to be a little more beneficial, I think. Don't y'all think?
Yeah, we got a bigger test this week. It's no NC State, Chattanooga, or Kent State. We
High school
play,
teams, basically.
Yeah, we play Oklahoma.
NC State, you're a high school team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. Oklahoma is undefeated. They did struggle last weekend against Houston, won 15-13 or 16-14, something like that.
Yeah.
And then this week they played Tulane. They ended up covering their 13.5 point spread, but it seemed to be a dogfight. It was a pretty competitive game throughout. Tulane was holding them pretty close.
Is Tulane just like decent or what?
They're
Tulane's
a
had a-
sleeper school.
Oh, okay.
They've had a couple good years over.
Did
I
they
believe
beat
since
US
2020.
They beat USC in the bowl game last year, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Wow, I forgot. I
Tulane-
don't even know if I knew that.
Tulane's one of those teams that could battle for that group of 5 spot in the college football playoff this year.
Well, let me stop
yeah,
you
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah. I know.
You already know my boys got that locked up.
Yeah. Boise State they got that locked up, tucked away already.
Who'd they play?
We
Portland
had the
State.
bye. Well, yeah, I guess we did play Portland.
So
State,
basically a bye week.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
never saw a score.
I didn't see the
unfortunately.
score. Let's look that up real
Which,
quick. It wasn't even like on FanDuel. You couldn't even bet on it.
Yeah, I didn't even see it on
okay.
CBS
I don't know what
Sports.
the line was. I
So
don't
it was
think
just
there
going to be
was one.
so ridiculously outmatched. Yeah, I don't think you could bet on Kent State.
Oh, no. Sorry, boys.
Bye
Boise
week.
State was on a bye week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Griffin just said that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Griffin.
But you're over here saying it's Portland State.
Well,
I guess that's next week.
Yeah, it's going to be this upcoming week.
I'm just
so
messing- I'm just messing.
it might be on. That would explain why it wasn't on FanDuel.
Yeah,
If we're being honest.
I mean that'll do it. Not having a game. I don't think you could not bet money line for the Kent State Tennessee. I think you could bet
No.
if they would win by 69 points or something.
Or what,
but-
like
the-
the over under.
yeah.
49.5 was the line
okay.
going into the game.
Okay.
It started out
Broke
lower
that.
than that.
So if you bet that they were going to cover a 69 point spread, I mean I don't know what the money was, but I mean you made something off of it.
You could probably find that somewhere.
Yeah.
In
On the alternative,
alternate spreads.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke. So Tennessee now is 7.5 point favorite against Oklahoma.
All right.
And that's at Oklahoma. So don't they give that team generally 3 points, you said?
2 or 3 points.
So like
for the home
if
team.
it was at Neyland, it'd probably be like a 10-point swing.
It'd probably be double digits.
Yeah.
Close to it.
Well, I think Tennessee's definitely going to put points on the board like they have been. Oklahoma's probably, hot take, they're probably a little better than Kent State. So I'm sure that they're going to put up, quite a few more points than 0. But
Yeah,
one thing that
like-
worries me about a team like Oregon is just that same,
Oregon?
Oklahoma, that same, what were we saying? Like Tennessee fans, we got that PTSD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's got a mobile quarterback. Mobile quarterbacks against Tennessee in the past, history will show we struggle. We struggle with mobile quarterbacks. So we'll see how that plays out this weekend. I think our defensive line is going to be too good. We are playing an SEC team.
In quotes.
An SEC. It's just weird to say Oklahoma
First
is
conference
in the
game
SEC.
of the year, oddly enough, yeah.
Yeah, first conference game. So, we'll see how it plays out, boys. But I'm feeling very good about it.
I get that PTSD, but then on the flip side, I see people after we beat NC State saying it feels like '98, and I'm like, out of here, dude.
Stop. They were saying that in 2022 before
Dude.
Nintendo got hurt.
I'm like, dude, I'm sorry for the cursing, Skylar, but for real, like, feels like '98, and we just beat NC State. I'm sorry, like, let's go into Alabama. I'm sorry, no, let's go into Georgia. Let's beat Alabama. Let's beat Florida. Maybe, you could say it feels like '98, but after beating NC State in the Duke Mayo Bowl, I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like a championship.
Which I feel like for it to feel like '98, we gotta whoop up on old hurt Florida first.
Yes.
Get
we
started
can't.
with that.
We cannot overlook the next 2 games. We got Oklahoma this week in Norman, Oklahoma. That is
Absolutely.
where College Game Day is going to be this week.
It's the Josh Heupel Bowl.
It is Josh Heupel
yeah.
revenge game. So Heupel obviously played quarterback for the Sooners.
I do believe he win them their last national championship.
He won him a natty. He also
In
was a runner,
2002?
something, and he was like a runner-up for the Heisman. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes him a great offensive mind. He knows what it's like to be in that pocket.
Well, as a great offensive mind, he was their offensive coordinator there for a couple years.
I didn't know that.
And Bob Stoops let him go. I think it was 6 years ago, something like that. He got fired. He got let go.
Is that
from
why he said
Oklahoma.
revenge game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then I don't know if he went somewhere else after that, but then ended up at UCF, and now, here at Tennessee, doing what he does.
Which, I don't know if y'all saw this, but it was one of the late games on Saturday night. It finished, I believe, after the Kentucky-Georgia game, but TCU and UCF came back from their highest deficit in school history.
Yeah.
They came back down from 28 points
Oh wow!
and won. Yeah.
I think there were a few different comebacks because my parlay actually won this week.
Nice.
I put $4 in to win $22.
Nice.
And basically just a bunch of money lines.
Yeah.
And one of them was Gardner Webb versus Charlotte. Did y'all see any of that on your sports bet?
Not
I
a
think I
single-
missed that game.
So I think I know they were down 6-20. Charlotte was, and they were favored to win. So I bet Charlotte to win. It was by pretty good, odds, but they were down. It may have been 3-20. I don't know. I think it was 6-20 though, and I was like, okay, I'm cooked. Cash out suspended. I'm gonna exit the app. I'm not even gonna look at it. I opened the app the next morning. I got $22 right up there on the top. That was
Nice.
the best feeling. I'm just. Have you had
go
that
to,
feeling before?
Yeah, you go to sleep on a bet and then wake up with some money in your account. That's
yeah.
nice.
That's
nice.
amazing. Football time and when basketball swings back into it is probably my favorite time to bet. That's not a hot take. I'm sure it's how a bunch of people feel. That's when I win the most money because the season's kind of settled in. I guess you could say the first 2 weeks are when you make some really good money because you're banking on teams not being as good as they're ranked.
You
Kinda
can bet on
LSU.
you can bet on underdogs and such.
Yeah, like LSU being overranked, being number 13th in the country or whatnot.
coming in.
Yeah,
I think it's, what are they, 16th now if they haven't fallen a little bit.
I'll look up the rankings.
Have the
real
polls
quick.
come out yet?
They have. They came out on Sunday again.
Oh yeah, we're number 6. We moved
are.
up to number 6. That's
Georgia's
right.
at number 2, actually.
Yeah, Texas is the new number 1.
Yep.
Who knows, man? After the way Georgia looked against Kentucky, they should have lost that game on that pick 6 that was called back as what do they call it, incomplete.
Golly,
it was,
another controversial call.
Yeah.
Saving Georgia.
Georgia is the Kansas City Chiefs of the college football world.
So you got number 1 right here. Here's the rankings, okay, guys? Number 1, Texas. Excuse me. Number 2, Georgia. After they completely showed out versus Kentucky, scoring a whole 13 points.
Winning by 1 when the spread was 22.5.
And then number 3 is Ohio State. Wow, that's amazing. Number 4 is Alabama. Number 5 is Ole Miss. 6 is our boys at Tennessee. Number 7 is Missouri.
Yeah, we jumped Missouri.
Yep, and then
They struggled a little bit against Boston College.
okay.
Which I did get my eyes on that a little bit.
I assume that they didn't cover that 17-point spread.
16.5 they did not cover, no.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Well, Oregon's number 9, and I'll stop it at 10. That's Penn State.
Oregon finally had a good game against Oregon State.
Yeah. I saw that opening drive. They went down. I think they tried to kick a field goal, and he missed. I think he just completely shanked it. But Oregon State, I was hoping that they would actually go and give more of a fight than they did, but they didn't, of course. It is what it is, man. You know, we had Tennessee versus Kent State, and then Kentucky versus Georgia we touched on a little bit. South Carolina versus LSU, that was a pretty good game, wasn't it?
That was a crazy game.
Yeah.
I think the spread was 6.5 in LSU's favor at South Carolina. South Carolina got up 17-0 at one point. I had a 5-leg parlay that would pay out $70, and I was it's gonna pay out over $100 actually.
Yeah.
I had
In your dreams.
Yeah, pretty much. I had LSU money line, which, the beginning of the game, I was like, oh, parlay's over already. They ended up coming back and winning. I had North Texas plus 10.5 against Texas Tech, right? I checked the halftime score of that game because it wasn't updating on FanDuel. They were down 52-7 at halftime. So I was like, okay, it is officially over now. And then I had 3 picks in the later slate that all hit. So
You kept getting your heart broken,
it was
man.
it was just the North Texas mean green that let me down, man.
For LSU to come back, you're like, oh, wow, there's a chance.
Yeah.
And then, no, there ain't.
Which, I mean, for the early slate, it looks like we all should have put money on Alabama going going up to Wisconsin. And
Wisconsin's
laying down a
quarterback got
whooping.
hurt in the first half, and
which I had tuned in after the injury, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I didn't even see what happened.
yeah, he I think it was some
Heard
type
it was
of
like
leg
a
injury.
non-contact.
Yeah,
Was it on
But
turf?
It looked
that's probably
like it looked like Jalen Milroe he got hurt at some point, but he ended up coming back, and I thought it was gonna be the Ty Simpson show, but it ended up not being. Jalen Milroe came back and accounted for 5 touchdowns that game, so I'd say he's probably back on track in the Heisman race, but we'll see.
Well, going back to that South Carolina game, did you see that South Carolina, they could have tied it to go into overtime?
Yeah, and he missed the field goal.
Yeah, that shit was, I think, to the right, maybe in the left.
Not down the pipe.
It was literally just really close. Like, he barely missed. It wasn't like he just shanked it all the way, wide right or whatever. But
I had a friend who had bet the LSU spread minus 6.5, and he was wanting South Carolina to make that field goal to send it into overtime where LSU could possibly win by 7 at that point.
oh, wait. So he's saying,
So if he missed the field goal, right? So
what did he bet?
Minus 6.5 for LSU.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they missed the field goal, which means LSU won by 3. His bet doesn't cash.
Yeah.
And so if they would have hit that, they could have gone into overtime and possibly won by a touchdown.
Yeah.
But
It was a good game. I mean, that wasn't the only one. Like, West Virginia versus Pitt.
yeah,
Did
that
y'all
was a
watch
banger.
It? Yeah, did y'all watch any of that?
It was
saw
on
it?
at work.
Saw
but
that one-handed catch? Did you see that?
I don't think I did. I
Man.
saw a one-handed interception by Cincinnati yesterday.
Well,
That was nasty.
Okay, so in the Pitt game, I think it was West Virginia, they were up by I think 3 or so, and the quarterback threw it to the end zone. This dude just brought it down with just that one handed. It was pretty crazy. And I thought that was it. I thought that was wraps. But no, Pittsburgh came back and they ended up actually, I think they scored 2 touchdowns. They went down, got the ball back, and then they went down and won the game. And man, that's just good football, man. It's not like one team is way better than the other. It's competitive. That's what I like about it,
Yeah.
It was definitely a entertaining week of college football.
Yeah.
We got some games coming up this weekend that have piqued my interest. Also, I mean, we've obviously already talked about the Tennessee at Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
How do y'all think we're going to do?
I think we're going to win by, I'm going to go with the safe bet I said for NC State. I think we'll win by 2 touchdowns.
At least?
No, I don't know about at least. I mean, I guess technically at least, but I wouldn't be surprised if we win by like 10 points, maybe even just a touchdown. But I think it'll be kind of close throughout the third quarter. And then kind of what I'm just reiterating about the NC State. But I think Oklahoma's probably a little better than NC State. So I think we'll win by about 14 points. What do you think, Griffin?
See, I was going to say, knowing Tennessee's past and it being on the road, I feel like I'm not calling upset. Don't worry, but I feel like in usual Tennessee fashion,
It's gonna be close.
Oklahoma loves to throw the ball deep. We've got a young secondary. If that defensive line doesn't do its job and get in there and stop the run game and make them one dimensional, then we're setting up to be close.
Maybe win by a field goal or so.
I'd say, right now I'm calling 27-21 UT.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel like they'll cover. Oklahoma will cover.
So about 2 field goals and 3 touchdowns.
If Oklahoma's going to cover, they're going to have to score more than 30 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think our offense, knowing Josh Heupel, knowing how much he's going to want to win this game.
Oh God.
I think he's ready to put some hurting on Oklahoma.
I think they're going to come in guns blazing, honestly.
The Sooners have definitely not played a defense close to Tennessee's caliber yet.
Same goes for Tennessee, though.
Same goes for Tennessee. Yeah, absolutely. But if Tulane and Houston can get on the board against Oklahoma, I think I don't know how good their secondary is. Maybe they will have a good game plan to slow down our wide receivers and keep it a close game, force some 3 and outs, maybe get some interceptions or fumbles because Nico he has shown he's not a robot. He is human. He'll make a couple mistakes here and there, maybe an overthrow or so, but overall,
oh my God! But he was.
He looked good against Kent
State. If the receivers
State.
get open in the Oklahoma game like they did in Kent State, Nico's going to put him on a dime, I think.
He had one where he just stood in the pocket and threw it 60 yards downfield and just right on the money. Didn't have to step in the throw or nothing, dude.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
Oh my goodness, Nico is good.
Yeah, dude.
He's the one.
Hop on the pod, Neek.
Yeah, Nico, we'd love to have you here on the.
He's not gonna hop on because I just called him Neek. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
you don't
Nico.
know him like that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's not gonna hop on a pod that everybody's gonna have to be able to pronounce his last name.
Nico Iamaleava.
Iamaleava, yes.
Iamaleava.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, Nico, come on, let's go.
We set the standard and we hit it.
Man, those announcers were struggling.
Yeah, right.
Those announcers were struggling.
We got them announcers at home type deal.
Yeah.
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 Oh God, no.
Yeah, just put the radio broadcast guys on TV at that point.
Shout out Bob Kessling.
We'd love to see it.
He's a goat.
Rip John Ward.
People like to talk trash about Bob Kessling sometimes.
I love him.
I don't know.
I've grown up.
No,
with him.
because see, I love when basketball season comes around. You hear Burt Bertelkamp on there. Money.
Yeah, that's
money.
That's my favorite.
Every time it gets me.
Yeah, dude.
If I need to get hyped, that's all I need to hear.
Speaking of
Burt scream money.
50 days till Tennessee basketball tips off. I'm very excited. I'm wearing I'm talking about UT Vols, but I'm wearing some sort of Tennessee basketball day. The Memphis Grizzlies, Job Morant jersey. Thank you, Mackenzie, for the great gift. I love you. Very awesome jersey. I love wearing this. I plan on going to see him again. But yeah, Tennessee basketball. Can't wait. We have a good season coming up. We're going to talk about that on another episode when it gets closer, though, because we got some new transfers coming in. I don't think we're going to be as bad without Dalton Connect as what some people are thinking. I think we're going to be pretty dang good.
We still have Ziegler, right?
Yes, last year. This is last year, I think. But we still have some transfers that have come in that are they can shoot the three really well, and I'm very excited to actually dive into that a little more. But so we talked about the Tennessee-Oklahoma game coming up. What's another good matchup we got this week?
Well, one that's piquing my interest, boys. USC at Michigan. USC favored 5.5 points.
That's going to be close.
Yeah, I feel like it, with the way, well, I wouldn't say because the LSU game was close, but you'd think they'd give them more than 5.5 after what Texas came in and did to them.
Yeah, but that's Texas.
USC is no Texas.
What I said on the podcast of that week, I said, Texas fans, y'all don't got to worry. You can go to sleep all throughout the weekend. You'll be just fine. Texas is going to beat the hell out of Michigan. I can't say the same thing about USC, though. I really don't think USC, obviously USC is not a powerhouse like Texas is. So that's why the spread's so close, Yeah. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it'll probably be a field goal that is the difference.
You know what my pick's going to be?
USC.
Michigan plus 5.5.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I'm going Michigan.
Okay, so you think USC's going to win, though? But you think they're going to win by only a few points?
I think USC can win, but I think this is where one of those spots where you buy low, sell high, where if you can get a Michigan team who's got a decent defense still, they're still working the kinks out on offense, but it is at home. USC is a good team. I think they're top 10, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they're top 10.
No, they're not.
They're probably right there on the outside looking in, though.
USC is going to go in.
Penn State's looked a little faulty this year, and I know they're number 10, so same with Oregon, and they're number 9.
USC's going to go in and win.
USC's
Skylar.
number 11.
Yeah.
They're going to go in and win.
Think so?
Yeah.
What's their quarterback, Miller Moss?
Yeah, Miller Moss.
What do you think, Griffin?
I mean, it comes down to the quarterback play, I feel like, because, Miller Moss proved a lot against LSU, but then,
LSU's overranked, though. I mean, in my opinion, they were.
Well, still, I feel like that's tough,
it
opening the season up with that, neutral site.
Yeah, for sure.
But, it's up to quarterback play from USC, and I feel like Michigan's D-line, if they're going to win this game or at least keep it close, has to step up.
Okay. But do you think, I mean, you're saying it's up to one or the other, but do you think you have a pick?
I'd probably say USC by probably 2-3 field goals.
Okay, that's fair. I think it's also going to be a pretty close game.
Yeah, 6 to 10 points.
Yeah.
I feel like is the range.
I'm calling USC's winning. So me and Griffin got USC, and I guess you got USC technically, but you.
I'm not picking anybody to win. I'm picking Michigan plus.
Just pick. Just say it.
All right, to be different, I'll go Michigan.
Okay.
Give me the over too, 45.5. I think.
Okay.
I think there will be some points on the board.
Now the real question is it it's not Ohio State Marshall's the big new game.
Oh yeah, Ohio State got a big game this weekend.
A night game in the big house.
Oh, it is a 3:30 Eastern
3:30
kickoff.
Yeah.
Is Marshall really a big game for Ohio State?
It was sarcasm, Jacob.
Oh my. Okay. Well, I was like,
Ohio State has not had a big game yet.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have been shocked. I was like, okay, Marshall is probably a huge game for Ohio State, but they don't play anyone throughout the season. So.
What's the line on that one? Let me go look.
It's probably like 31.5 or something like that.
Got a huge matchup.
39.5.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh boys, look at this. 96% of the money and 93% of the bets are on Ohio State.
Oh no,
dude! I thought
Give me Marshall plus 39.5. Give it to me.
I thought you were gonna say something about the Oklahoma Tennessee game.
No.
So hyped.
Let me go see what the percentage is on that one. By the way,
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say that it's gonna be 74% is voting
on Tennessee.
Yes.
Well, I think this might include all the bets that were placed. Oh God, boys. Oh no.
Was it like 86%?
It's
93% of the money and 88% of the bets are on the Vols.
All right.
Okay, great. Yeah, it kind of worried
Sound
me.
the alarms, boys.
The way your tone was, I was kind of worried for a second.
But I mean, no, I'm saying that's not good for us. That means Oklahoma might win outright.
Oh, okay. If it's that ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Oklahoma's not going to win. I'm sorry. UT's
I don't think so
definitely
either. I will say, I think a lot of that percentage has to do with the bets that have been placed over the last couple weeks when the line was in favor of Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Or, Tennessee -2.5, which it was like 2 days ago before the Kent State game.
Mm-hmm.
We put a shellacking on Kent State, and then now the line is -7.5 for Tennessee.
A what? A shellac?
Shellacking, shapapping, whatever you want to call it.
Or
I mean, we hung.
absolutely
It was a 71-0 shutout.
But it's
night
Kent
game
State.
in Neyland. No, I know. People keep saying it's Kent State. Jacob, I remember when we lost to Georgia State 38-30 in 2019 or 18.
I remember it too, buddy.
Yeah. So we're gonna celebrate these type of games where, in previous years we'd be nervous to even win
Yeah.
by 10. We went to overtime with Appalachian State.
God,
I was at that
remember that
game.
one.
16-13, we win in overtime, and that was the year with Josh Dobbs and I can't remember who the running back was.
That wasn't the
Alvin Kamara?
That wasn't the
No.
Kamara year, was it?
No, it wasn't Kamara.
I want to say
I
probably.
don't know. It might have been Kamara actually,
Or was it not Joshua Kelly or
Yeah,
one of those?
Jalen
backs?
Hurd.
No, he
I
was
don't want to
already-
hear
he
that
was
man's
already gone.
name.
Yeah. Wonder what happened to him.
He is.
I think he transferred to Baylor.
Yeah, but like now I wonder.
I think he's unfortunately retired, and I don't want to say that sarcastically or anything because I think he started battling injuries at Baylor and then got drafted to the 49ers and then got signed to the Patriots last year and just wasn't able to stay healthy.
He's pretty damn good with Tennessee though.
He was,
before
man.
he transferred.
He was until he quit on the
Before
team.
he got
is what
jealous.
happened.
Yeah. Is that what happened? I thought
He quit on the team, man. I
thought-
don't know
thought
what
I'd
else to
remembered-
call it.
I thought I had remembered it being.
Kamara started taking all his carries from him.
Oh,
that
okay.
man got hit one hard time going into the end zone at Georgia.
Yep.
Fumbled the ball in the end zone and just wasn't the same.
Well, I remember when it was a dual threat. It was like him and Kamara at the same
With
time.
Josh
Yeah.
Dobbs.
Well, like
it was crazy.
and him, Alvin Kamara, and him running it back to back. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought that was a pretty good thing we had going. But
I think speaking of Alvin Kamara, dude went off yesterday.
no, did he?
But 4 touchdowns against Dallas. What was it? 41-19.
Yeah.
It looked like the Packers were back in town. I'm not gonna lie. But no, I think speaking of Alvin Kamara, in terms of comparison with AK, I think Dylan Sampson is the best running back we've had, definitely since Alvin Kamara. But I mean, he's still got this year and next year with us. I think it's possible he leaves a bigger legacy than even Alvin did.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, he's got. Is this his first year starting?
It's his first year starting. I think he's a sophomore, right? Correct me if I'm wrong,
Okay.
Griffin.
Well,
I think he
Probably.
is. So we should have him for one more year if he's
Well,
a sophomore.
If you're gonna go out and say that he's the best since Alvin Kamara, we'll need to wait till next week. We'll see what he does.
You're right. But in terms of being so shifty,
Oh
in
yeah,
terms
he looks
of
good. The eye test looks great.
the power he has and how hard he is to bring to the ground.
Yeah.
Pause, bro.
Oh, bro,
Dude, come on, bro.
man.
What the hell?
Come on.
Get back on it. I'm sorry. It
Whoa,
was kind
pause, man. Chill. That's you that time. Get back on in my ass. Whoa,
get back
whoa.
on. Get back on your ass. Okay. Okay.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Chat, clip it,
Chat, don't clip it. Chat, clip everything. You know how it goes.
unsubscribe.
Chat,
that was
unsubscribe.
that was the final straw for one of our
All right.
subscribers. I
That's where we got all of our unlikes.
bet. yeah.
Yeah, so many.
Dislikes.
Yeah. That's what I
Unlike,
meant.
yeah.
I actually didn't even check.
They liked the video. And
I
they
didn't
said, "Nope."
check nothing on the last video. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly,
boys.
though, after before Skylar was all sus about Dylan Sampson, calling him big and all that shit was so weird. No, remember that first?
SMH.
Remember that first episode? You're like, he's so big. Remember that?
No, that I was talking about Cam Seldon.
Okay.
Cam Seldon standing next to Dylan Sampson. Cam Seldon looked like a damn monster. Like he's huge.
But what was the word? You're like, he's so big or something. It was.
I don't know.
It was insanity. No, I'm just. I'm kidding with you. But We can't say nothing anymore. No,
No, you can't.
no, but Dylan Sampson, if he has a good game coming up, you can start comparing him to Alvin Kamara. But let's just wait. Tennessee's actually produced some studs. Like Cordell Patterson.
Cordero Patterson.
I'm very bad at pronouncing his name.
Jawan Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Wright getting some carries.
Josh Jobs being who did
With
he play
Miami.
for?
Josh Dobbs.
He's a Niner now.
Yeah, he's a Niner now.
Who was
he's
he?
been
He was
everywhere.
like the savior of like the
Minnesota Vikings,
Vikings, that's what
and
it
then
was.
the Titans the year before that. Titans are still cursed because they let Josh Dobbs go.
Yeah. Decided to get that
You see-
mayonnaise eating Kentucky boy.
You see, what was it? Will Levis? Is that his
Yeah.
name?
Yeah,
Did you see he fumbled it again?
yeah.
That's
Did you
so
see
funny.
they clipped him and he's just sitting there with his knees on the ground?
No,
that
dude,
was last week.
that was
Did
last
you see
week.
what
Last
happened
week they
yesterday?
did it again? No, I didn't see what
Yeah,
happened.
it was
He did
almost
this-
the same thing.
Oh my
But
god!
it was like instead of forward, it was like a lateral almost.
He
And-
was getting tackled. They've got a picture of him just like spread eagle in the air throwing the ball, and it was a backwards pass, so it ended up being a fumble. The
This
Jets
is
hopped
this
on
is
it
what happens when you eat mayonnaise.
Is that what he did?
in his coffee.
He
yeah.
drinks the stuff, dude.
Nah,
Dude.
it turned out that was just a joke.
Oh,
it was just a
God.
joke.
So
he
is
doesn't
his
actually
career
do that.
so
Calling
far.
cat.
But he did it one
Ugh.
time, and one time is enough for me.
Dude, his career's a joke so far. My goodness. I mean, how do you do that? And
He looked promising last year. He's looked worse this year
Did
than
you
he
see
did
the,
last
you see
year.
the coach? What he said about him?
Yeah, he said, "What the f are you doing?"
Yeah. Well, he was like, yeah, he's a grown up, and he cost us the game.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You have to put the clip in of the coach talking
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
Which I mean, I love
know what you're
Brian
talking
Callahan, but yeah, he's gonna keep his players in check. I
Yeah.
feel like.
He's a grown up. Whenever I don't like something he does, I let him know, and when he doesn't like something I do, he lets me know. I mean, we just keep it moving. But yeah, he knows that he cost us at least 3 points in a game that could have been very beneficial. For
I remember
Tennessee.
when the Titans were decent with Derrick Henry and what was it Ryan?
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. And
I
for
was
a
gonna
while,
say the Mariota days. I more remember.
remember that self pass?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, I'm sure Griffin remembers this. Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry gaining the number 1 seed in the AFC going into the playoffs, had a bye week.
Oh, yeah.
The Bengals beat the Raiders that year? in
Yeah,
the wild
yeah,
card?
we beat the Raiders on
And
that
then-
controversial, third down.
Yeah.
Joe's running to the sideline, touchdown.
And then they come to Nashville the next week. And
Did they destroy?
no, I mean, it was a close game, but the Titans lost. And it was just one of those that they had so many opportunities to get some points, and they just
Yeah.
never did. And they had to settle for field goals and this and that. And that same day, it was a Saturday game because it was in the playoffs. And that same night, the number 1 seed in the NFC, Green Bay Packers, lost in the frozen tundra, snow on the ground and everything, to the West Coast San Francisco 49ers. And it's Aaron Rodgers' last playoff game for us, and we had Devontae, I think. Yeah, Devontae, that was his last game as a Packer.
Which, how about that catch he had yesterday? Good Lord.
I don't think I saw it.
What?
Toe dragging on the sideline. He's like, caught the ball like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you see was it a one-handed interception?
Oh, yeah, for
The
the
Bengals.
Cam
Bengals.
Taylor Britt,
Yeah.
That was hard as hell.
which he's a dog,
Pause.
which
I'm sorry,
Or-
bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wish our secondary wasn't so young, which, I mean, getting Von Bell back was a big step, but
But if you have a young secondary and it takes a field goal with a few seconds left to beat the Bengals,
Yeah.
that's honestly kind of promising. I thought the Bengals looked pretty good yesterday. I mean, I'm sure there was some stuff that could have been better, but I'd feel pretty good if I was a Bengals fan.
yeah.
You
How
know,
do you feel, Griff? You're a Bengals fan.
I mean, I feel better than I did, but
because you said like
it's-
10 points they were going to lose by.
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be, usual. We can't do anything on offense because our O-line's garbage. Or,
Well, Joe getting sacked cost y'all the
Yeah.
game, right? Like, didn't he get sacked on third down and
Yeah.
got to punt it away?
he got sacked probably 4 or 5 times yesterday,
Yeah.
but
You can't leave Patrick Mahomes 2 minutes on the clock. I'm sorry.
that's
way too much time for him.
A lot can happen in 2
But-
minutes, boys.
But but him trusting Harrison Butker.
yeah.
that
Butker, is that what it is?
misogynistic
Butker.
POS.
He's a hell of a kicker, though.
He is. He's one of the best in the league.
Which hell, I was going to go on here and say McPherson's the best kicker in the league, but he missed a PAT yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Which ended up being
my gosh.
the
Basically,
point that cost
difference
us.
in the
Yeah.
game.
It was.
Was it a 1 point loss?
Yeah, it was
that's so
26-25 was the final.
They trusted him, and I was like, if he misses, then I don't know. I'd live with it.
It looked really close. I mean, here's the goalpost. Here's where the ball was.
But it was like right down the like they set him up perfect, right in the center.
Yeah,
everything. But I mean, you win some, you lose some. It could have just as well been the Bengals in that situation. Driving down the field and trusting their kicker. But
yeah,
you left Patrick Mahomes 2 minutes. I mean, I'm never going to bet against him. I mean, I'm just not going to do that.
I do want to give a shout out to the new best quarterback in the NFL. Number 2 for the Green Bay Packers, Malik Willis. Shout out Malik Willis for getting us that W. Thank you, Malik. Yeah. Thank you, Jacob. There it is. Malik Willis.
It seems like the Packers were the only notable team that won. Like the 49ers lost, didn't they?
49ers lost. Cowboys got smoked.
Yep.
I just want to say thank you, Malik Willis, from the bottom of my heart.
You excited to go see him?
Well, see, there were talks, Jacob,
about Jordan Love coming back.
That Jordan Love was healthy enough to play that game, and they decided to keep him out.
Bullshit.
So I will keep my hopes alive.
So you'd rather see Jordan Love come out on an injured knee and risk re-injuring it than just him sitting out to play the Will Levis Titans.
I don't want to see him come out and play if he's still injured, but like I said, they said that he was healthy enough to play this week. So they decided to keep him off and give him one more week.
Healthy enough.
Yeah, or 1 or 2 weeks, whatever. But, I mean, if he's good to go and they decide to trot him out there, I'd love to see Jordan Love. I'd love to see Love.
Biggest
man.
glazer of anything.
I'd love to see
My
Love.
God.
I mean, ain't he lucky? Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, now Jordan Love.
We know how to do it, baby.
Yeah.
We know how to do the quarterback position.
I guess so.
We're still learning how to
actually win a Super Bowl.
We're still learning how to have a good defense, but defense looked pretty dang good yesterday, man. I think Anthony Richardson is gonna be, unfortunately, I don't want to throw any shade on anybody. I think he's gonna be a big bust, but I mean, we'll see.
He's just too sporadic.
What about Bryce Young though? He's gonna be a big bust.
Well, I feel like Carolina set him up to fail.
Oh, yeah.
I feel sorry for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Other than him being a millionaire now, but
I mean he's also missing wide open routes. I mean,
he's cooked, man. He's cooked. Yeah. Playing for that franchise has cooked him, dude.
Being washed in your second year is insane.
I mean, he there was one highlight I saw on Twitter last night where he was watching his receiver come across the middle and just threw it right into double coverage, and it got picked.
I mean, what else would you expect, bro? I mean, hey, he's a Heisman winner. That'll do it.
Well, they ain't throwing to 5 stars no more.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't throw into double coverage like that. I mean, I don't know. I would.
Easier said than done, I guess. But whenever
you put me up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You are taller than Bryce Young by like 2 feet, so
yeah, but he's
maybe he just can't see over the line.
No, bro.
I'll tell you somebody
He's
that
the
can't,
same size as me.
I'll tell you somebody that can't see over the line and had a great game yesterday.
Kyler Murray.
He tore up the Rams defense, dude. Him and Marvin Harrison. I saw
Marvin Harrison had like what, 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, he had. I don't know what he ended with, but he had like 4 catches, over 100-something yards, and 2 touchdowns. And there was a parlay somebody put together. It was like they basically predicted his stat line. It was a 3-leg parlay, under 4.5 catches, over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown. And he turned like, I don't know what it was, like $8 into 8,000 or something like that.
That's insane.
Oh my God. I'm just waiting on one of those days.
Sick. I'm sick. Like if you had a time machine, okay, let's do something off topic. We'll go with Skylar first, then Griffin. If you had a time machine,
hit me with it.
Sports-wise, what would you go back and change?
Go back and change?
Yeah, or just give yourself information.
Oh, like for betting purposes?
No, anything. It could be, it's sports related, but it could be betting. It can be preventing an injury, saying,
okay.
You know what I mean? It can be, it's pretty wide open, but it's about sports. It could be basketball. I mean, it could be anything.
Well, if I had to pick one, the Packers have. Oh no, hold on. There's one that came right to my mind just now.
No, my brain goes to one immediately.
Okay.
I bet we're
Go ahead.
thinking of the same thing. But
All right.
Hendon Hooker going down.
Well, that's
Nah, dude.
That's one thing I would have changed because I mean we might have still lost that game with how South Carolina knew all our plays and everything like that, but I mean we still hung 35 or whatever on him.
So
But he was in the Heisman running. We had a chance to still possibly be in the 14
we would
playoff.
ended up playing Georgia in the national championship.
I think so, dude. I think we had a legitimate shot.
Oh, yeah,
to
no, it was legit.
At least be in the playoffs. And-
but
they
Michigan was scared of us.
They kept us out because Hendon got hurt, basically, and they took him out of the Heisman race with
immediately.
2 games left.
It was 2 games because of right, wasn't it 2 games?
Is Vandy?
We probably had Vandy and
R.I.P.
Okay, what's yours,
who
Griffin?
else? Mine was going to be Derrick Rose getting hurt.
That's a good.
I would
one.
immediately
But how'd you
stop that
so,
from happening.
So if you had done that, you would have told the coach, or you would have told Derek, Tom Thibodeau, because he.
I mean, they
kept
were up
playing
by they were
double
up by
digits.
like 30 with
It may
a
have been-
minute and a half to go, and that's when it happened.
I think it was like maybe 13 or something, but it was
Yeah.
it was over. At that point, it was over. If it was modern day NBA, it wouldn't have been over. But there's no reason for him to be in. I think it was the Sixers. Maybe they were
Yeah.
in versus, but he is one of the biggest what ifs in sports.
I do have a few different, just a plethora of things that I could change with Green Bay being in the NFC Championship games and blowing it to the Tampa Bay Bucks, the 49ers a couple years ago,
Des Bryant.
the Seahawks.
Yeah.
We were
Remember
up. Des Bryant, yeah. Well, no, that went.
That
in
was-
our-
that was a
I know,
catch, bro.
I know.
That was
I
a
wouldn't have
catch.
changed that. What you say, Griff?
That was a catch, bro.
I'm saying,
I hate
but
to say it.
just to spot you,
I don't think so.
Just to spot you,
I'll die on that hill.
Just to spot you, wait, hold on. What is it? What are you saying?
I'll die on the hill that was not a catch.
Okay, what makes it not a catch?
Because he technically had possession going to the ground, but he didn't hold possession through the ground. The ball moved when it hit the ground. That's an incompletion.
So he didn't catch it.
No, he didn't catch it.
So he did not grab the ball.
What I'm saying is you have to control the ball through the ground. Whenever the ground makes contact and the ball moves, that is an incompletion.
So if we were playing, just to say we're playing touch football, right? And just bear with me, and I throw it to you,
Okay.
right? And the same shit happens to you, and you fall, and it bounces out. You're gonna get up and say, "We gotta redo it. That's an incomplete pass." Or you're gonna say, "No, I caught it. I fumbled it, and I recovered it right there." What are you gonna say? Come on, be honorable.
I'm going to be honorable in the sense that they had replay review the play, and they still ruled
We'll
it
get the
an
replay team
incomplete
down
pass.
here.
Yeah, because the NFL didn't know what a catch was at the time, and they barely know what that is. So, but you didn't answer the question. If we were playing, you and I, and that shit happened to you, and the exact same way it happened with Des Bryant, you would say, "No, we gotta redo it because I did not catch the ball."
I would say, I mean, like if it's just backyard football, like who's it gonna hurt? But in a game like that,
No one gets hurt. I mean, this is just sports. But I'm asking, what would you do?
incomplete. I'm dying on it. I'm dying on the hill. I don't
That's
care.
funny. That's funny.
I don't care.
But yeah,
I guess if I catch the ball, it's not a catch, right? That's crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. But if I wanted to spite you, I would go back and I would say, Des, make sure, even though you catch it, make sure that when you do fumble it, you just don't let the ball move or whatnot.
I mean, he had possession in the sense that he was trying to reach out for the goal line, but whenever you hit the ground making a catch and the ball bobbles, it is an incomplete pass. I don't know why that is so hard for Cowboys fans to understand.
I'm not even a Cowboy fan.
Get this though.
either.
It was a catch though.
It was a playoff game in Lambeau. I was at my friend's house with 4 other Cowboys fans, me being the only Packers fan there.
This is anecdotal.
And
All of them are
like,
gonna say, "Oh, that was not a catch."
well, no, they were obviously saying it was a catch.
Oh, okay.
But I just like in the moment being there by myself as the only
Skylar's just
Packers
sitting
fan
there.
in a house full of Cowboys fans, I was like that Homer Simpson meme where he goes in the bushes. that was me, dude, for real. That was
You're like,
definitely me. that
I
day.
need to go where I'm not.
I was like, I need
that.
this game to end so I can leave.
Yeah, I mean, That was a very favorable call for y'all. That's all I'm saying. Look, if I wanted to spot you, I'd go back and I'd let them know what's up. But I'm not going to spot you, obviously, because that's not how we do it here at the $1 Million Radio Podcast. But if I could go back in time, I asked y'all the question. I didn't even think about it too much. I would honestly just I'd print out like the past 20 years of like minor and major sports details.
Oh yeah,
like on pages, and just give it to my dad and say, hey, give this to me when I grow up. Or no, I would just give it to him, and then I guess he could bet on like, the Patriots losing to the Giants twice.
I would just
He's
make
pulling
the
some
biggest
Back to the Future sports
Exactly.
almanac.
Yeah, I would just
type
make
shit.
the biggest parlay you could with like Super Bowl champion, World Series winner, Stanley Cup champion, MLS champion, or
put
whatever.
the house on it.
Put everything I have on it, and just let the money rake in.
Watch me going back in time, somehow causing like an MLB,
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, like an MLB player like getting his ankle broken or something, and like it prevent it the whole parlay bust. Just some stupid stuff like that.
That would suck.
But I think that's what I would do. I'd give myself or like my family or whatnot famous sports predictions, or like very detailed stuff like that.
Yeah.
That dude turned $8 into 8,000. Because imagine like you're short for money. You need to like, I don't know, get some plumbing done at the house, and you can't do it on your own. But you're like, oh, I just gotta wait till this Cardinals game happens.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be $8,000 out there.
That'd be cool.
But I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, boys, let's go ahead and take a look at the slate for this upcoming weekend of NFL action. We do have Monday Night Football tonight. So the Falcons play at Philadelphia. The Eagles are -5.5 favorites. Let's go ahead and make our predictions for that game. So when this video comes out on Thursday, people will know whether to tail us or fade us.
Eagles winning by a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say more than a touchdown.
I think the Eagles will blow them out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, I mean,
I think
I love old
5.5 is an
Kirko,
easy
but
pick.
Atlanta's not looked too sharp this year.
They do have Bijan Robinson, but the Eagles' defense is really good. Kirko looks like he's just a shell of himself. Can't really move around a whole lot after that Achilles injury at Green Bay last year.
Always a way to bring the Packers in.
I'm just saying, dude.
I know,
I
I'm
remember it
just
happening. I was watching the game when it
I know.
happened.
I'm just kidding.
And, man, Achilles injuries are just something that you just never want to see, no matter who it is.
Hard to recover from unless you're Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Kirko is having he just doesn't look like himself yet.
Yeah.
And sucks for the Falcons because they gave him so much money in a multi-year contract, then drafted another quarterback in the draft, Michael Penix Jr. So
Last week I said Atlanta sports are just cooked in general with like, the Hawks.
I mean, yeah, Atlanta traded Luka Doncic on trade night.
Yeah. Yeah, and for a while people were trying to act like, oh, both teams won. It was such an even trade,
Well, I mean, Atlanta did make one Eastern Conference final.
Yeah, but you cannot say that the Hawks are just as happy to have gotten Trae Young over Luka. No, any team would take Luka over Trae Young. Both are kind of defensive liabilities, but Trae Young's he gets a little more exposed because of his size. But overall, Luka was whoever got him was the winner, and that's the Mavericks for you.
So we're all team riding the Eagles tonight?
Yeah. Eagles going.
That's an easy pick. Yeah.
Okay. I think Saquon, you could mark the Eagles -5.5, Saquon Barkley 2 touchdowns, put it in a parlay and make some money tonight.
I did have that parlay going and got busted, but it's all good.
On Thursday night, we got a AFC East rivalry matchup. The New York Jets host the New England Patriots. Jets -6.5. Over under 37.5.
Jets didn't look great.
They didn't look great yesterday against the Titans. The Patriots have been kind of the surprise of the NFL so far. They beat who did they beat? Oh, the Bengals week 1. They beat the Bengals. Sorry, Griff. Sorry to bring that back up, but
0-2 like we always are.
They lost by 3 to the Seahawks yesterday. I think that was at home for the Patriots, but I don't know. I just feel like 6.5 in a rivalry game like that. I think that's just too much. The Jets haven't really made it start clicking yet.
You think they'll pick it up a little bit?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that the Jets definitely win by 7 or more, but I don't know. I think this is another one of those spots where it just too many points, and might want to ride with the underdog in this one. I'm not saying the Patriots will win, but the Jets have not looked impressive so far yet.
No, not at all.
I guess they did cover 4.5 yesterday, won by 7. I don't know, man.
What's the next game? Because I think honestly, I think the Patriots probably win.
You think the Patriots are winning outright?
Yeah.
That is plus 235, Jacob, if you want to double your money real quick.
That's fine. I think Patriots will win.
I will be in Nashville watching the Packers play the Titans. Titans minus 2.5 favorites.
Titans?
Yeah. I think that might be easy money.
Man, that's funny. You might as well put Will Levis for a turnover if you can.
Probably 2.
He didn't turn the ball over yesterday against the Colts. He did not. It was a clean game from Malik Willis. Oh, you said Will Levis.
I said Will Levis.
Okay, yeah, that's
put him for a turnover if you can.
So I think the Packers defense, I think we're the real deal this year finally. We let up a lot of points against Saquon Barkley and the Eagles, but that was just a weird game, man. We came out, shut down the Colts. Colts really, their offense doesn't look that great, so maybe it's not saying much, but I don't know. I think Packers plus 134. I don't bet on my teams. I think this is going to be a little different because the people I go with, we usually like to put a little same game parlay together just to watch the game and
see if manifest or not.
I don't think I will bet the Packers to win or cover or anything like that, but maybe some player props. But I don't know. Jordan Love or Malik Willis, I think we can win that game. I think a line of 2.5 is odd to see.
I don't think the Titans are going to win.
I think the Titans' defense is pretty good. So we'll see. And we showed yesterday what the game plan was without Jordan Love, which is run the dang ball. We had over 200 yards rushing in the first half, which is the most of any team in I don't know how long. It's been a while, though. But we ate it up on the ground yesterday in a hot Lambeau Field. It was like 90 degrees. So, thoughts and prayers out to Tua Tagovailoa, by the way. Hate to see that. People are calling for him to retire, people to step in, make sure he doesn't come back. I mean, he's had 4 major concussions in 5 years going back to Alabama days.
Yeah, which I heard Nick Saban Friday talking with Pat McAfee about it, and he's pretty adamant on Tua talking to his family and thinking things over and possibly, calling it quits. Because, I mean, how much was that contract he just signed?
There's a stipulation in the contract where if he is medically cleared to play and decides to retire, that he doesn't get most of that money.
Well, his doctors better help him out.
If he gets medically cannot come back and play, where they decide that he should be done, then he would still get his money. But I mean, money or not, man. You got to think about your family at that point. He's got some kids. He's got a wife.
Retire.
You got to think about your own brain at this point.
I don't think he'll retire. I don't think he'll definitely not want to do that. But I mean, just seeing,
if he gets one more, that's it probably.
I mean, but we were saying that last time too, because I think last year he had a healthy season, but the year before that he had
2 in a row.
That's when he had that injury in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was the week before that. It was the Bills, I think, at home. And he got knocked down, and it wasn't anything like a big hit, but his head like snapped back and hit the ground real hard. And that's when like he got up all wobbly legged, and then they put him back in the game later on. And or maybe that was against the Bills, and then the very next week they
like 2 in a row, yeah.
It was the Bengals on like Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
And he had that big one where his hands and fingers were going all. That's just scary to see, man.
It is, yeah, and you hate to see head injuries like that. And I don't know what the impact is when you get a concussion or if you got hit in the back of the head or whatnot. At least they have helmets, but I hate seeing people get hit in the back of the head.
Yeah,
I know that's not a crazy take or anything, but there's this boxer. You've seen that video? I think his name's like Pritchard Cologne. Is versus this other boxer, and the ref was crooked as hell, and this kept getting
hit in the back of the head. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Now I mean, he's a vegetable, basically. I mean, he has like some sense, I guess, of where he's at.
Yeah.
You know?
And there have been boxers that have died from that.
Yeah, like it's awful. So I mean, if you're Tua, man, you do what you need to. I don't think he's gonna retire. I think he'll. Probably 5's the number though. I'd say. I mean, I don't know. And
I think
ironically is DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah. DeMar Hamlin was, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I don't know, maybe that was a bad joke, but I saw it on Twitter.
I don't think it was on purpose, was it?
No, I mean, it was a clean hit. Like, nothing was wrong with it. It wasn't helmet to helmet. It was just his shoulder, like Tua, he's cracked, man. Like, you see that with boxers and UFC fighters. When you get knocked out one time, it's like like a glass jaw is what they call it. It's so much easier to get knocked out after you've done it one time.
Yeah.
And it's not even concussions, like normal concussions. Like, he is getting knocked out on the field, going stiff, fingers going crazy. Like, it's tough to see.
You seen that? You seen like when people get knocked out, they have like it's called like the fencer's sword. And like basically that's
they just
like
get stiff.
Like this hand just stays up.
Yeah,
it's so
it's
weird.
It's scary to see, man. So thoughts and prayers to Tua.
For real.
The Dolphins play at Seattle.
Now who's gonna win?
Skylar Thompson will be the starter, I would assume, unless they go pick somebody else up. I don't think they have yet. Seahawks are minus
49ers.
Yeah, pretty much. Seahawks minus 6.5 that game. I don't think I'm going to touch that, honestly.
Seahawks gonna win.
A team that impressed me this week, the Arizona Cardinals. We've talked about them and Kyler Murray a little bit. They play at home against Detroit Lions.
Detroit lost too yesterday. That was weird.
Yeah, they lost to the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are a pretty good team. They have
Baker's
been
still there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool to see him come
Baker
back.
sat somebody down yesterday, juked him out. I think he might have ran for a touchdown.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
I remember when he got signed to Los Angeles and had that game-winning drive.
Like 24 hours he was with the team less.
That was an awesome comeback. You love to see that.
Speaking of the Bucks, they play. The line for that Lions game, Cardinals Lions, Detroit favored 3.5 at Arizona, or -3, no hook there. So I don't know, might go with the Cardinals on that +3.
Yeah,
don't you doubt Baker.
We got the Bucks, Baker and the Bucks -6.5 point favorites at home against the Broncos. Broncos looked pretty bad yesterday.
What's his name? Bo Nix.
Yeah.
A reporter asked him, it was like, can you kind of, play out what happened on that interception? He said, drop back in the pocket, throw it to the other team.
That's fair.
It's that simple.
I mean, Skylar, I'm sure you remember his Auburn days 4 or 5 years ago where he was just either, lighting it up, going insane, or he's having 4 picks a game.
And then he went to Oregon and it was about the same thing.
Yeah.
But rough day yesterday for the Cowboys. Lost to the Saints by 1 billion. Alvin Kamara had 4 touchdowns. Glad to have him on my fantasy team.
Ball for life, baby.
Ball for life.
Sir.
Shout out AK41. Cowboys at home again. Jerry World hosting the Baltimore Ravens, who lost to the Raiders yesterday by 3 points. Cowboys are underdogs, +1.5. Basically a pick'em game. Even money both ways almost. Ravens -1.5. I don't know.
I'll take Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore's 0-2. They can't go 0-3.
Yeah.
Who'd they lose to yesterday?
The Raiders.
And then Kansas City week 1.
I did not. I'm sorry. I didn't keep up this week. That's insane. I love Lamar though. I think he's gonna make a good playoff run. So I'm gonna have them winning this next.
49ers lost to the Vikings yesterday too. They're still -7.5 point favorites at the Rams.
Yeah. Well, with how the Rams looked yesterday.
Yeah.
49ers are winning.
Yeah.
In-state rivalry.
In division rivalry too.
Yeah.
Then Sunday night football, Chiefs at the Falcons. We'll see what the Falcons can do tonight.
Falcons by 50.
Falcons by 50. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
The line is only 4.5 in favor of Kansas City. So we'll see. Oh, hat down. Yep. Oh, no, that's not a good sign.
No, let's see over/under on how many times they'll show Taylor Swift.
If she's there.
Yeah.
Because I watched the Chiefs Bengals highlights after I got home from driving 5 hours on the road back from Columbus. They showed Taylor Swift 3 times in the highlights clips.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
I'm just trying to watch football, man.
Well, maybe they'll try to distance from her now that she endorsed a political candidate.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't think so. I think that plays in their cards, buddy.
Leave it to Super Cop Kelsey and old Kermit.
Woman who made career based off her bad choices endorses.
I did
candidate.
see that
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
posted that the other day.
Somebody said 90% of her most famous songs are about her bad decisions in picking people
Exactly.
to be with.
Gosh.
We'll leave that to Twitter to decide, though. Monday Night Football next week. Buffalo Bills host the Jacksonville Jaguars. Buffalo -5.5
Yeah,
right
Buffalo's
now.
winning. I like Josh Allen.
Bills have been one of the most impressive teams so
He
far.
looks good, doesn't he? Josh
Yeah.
Allen.
Hadn't thrown a pick yet.
Yeah, he looks really good.
His over-under is, or going into the season, was 12.5 interceptions on the whole season. He hadn't thrown one yet, so it's looking good for
Let's give it
that
till
bet if
about
you
week
took that.
7.
We'll see towards the end of the season when, games start to really matter, when those decisions become greater and greater. But
There's more weight to him.
yeah, exactly.
It sounds like a good week, honestly.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good week. Yeah, it sounds like a good week though, and I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, pretty
with
much.
the picks, yeah.
Griffin, you have any baseball talk since you are the MLB
dude.
maestro?
Well-
edit it out. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I will say I believe my beloved Cincinnati Reds are, I believe,
Cooked?
7 or 8 games out of the wild card with like 15 to go.
Yeah.
So basically out of it at this point.
I opened my computer at like 8 yesterday, and it said there was like 2 games happening. Does that happen a lot?
What, MLB or what?
MLB. Do they play morning games? Because I was like, ain't no way.
I mean, there are a lot of early, I've seen some
Especially
games
if they
start at like 11.
get like rained over.
Yeah.
or something.
Maybe they got a doubleheader that day or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, they usually
They do that
start.
with baseball.
Yeah.
Man,
But-
I'm sorry, I can't stand baseball.
You're good, man. It's
It's fun to go watch.
It's
It is in
it's fun in
there.
person, but on TV, I feel like it's kind of a dying sport. Which
It is.
Manfred isn't the best commissioner.
NBA's gonna.
I will say.
NBA's becoming. Basketball's a worldwide sport. That's becoming
Yeah.
the most popular. Slowly, but and football with the head injuries and all that stuff, they're starting to go away from that. But
Yeah,
baseball is definitely a worldwide thing. But I think it is losing viewership, just like everything, though.
Speaking of head injuries,
Especially
and-
Stream East.
well, it's just nowadays. It's just the the huge size market teams. Like the Dodgers, the
Yeah.
Yankees. Even the Cardinals still have a good pull on free agents and stuff like that with their money, but it's just so top heavy nowadays. Especially with there being no salary cap in baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like the Dodgers could spend $100 million on contracts if they wanted to and not even sweat it.
have y'all seen those the Guardian caps
Yeah.
with some of the football players, making them look like they're wearing those big head hats, like the super huge hats that
Yeah.
people wear sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, if you want to be about safety and stuff, like wear it, it's cool, but it looks weird.
Should Tua do it?
At this point, I'd say
He probably
yeah.
should.
If he comes back.
But do you think, is there something about adding more protection for your head that makes it like less exciting? You're like, oh, well, he has a little more padding in there. Does that make it look
No,
weird?
I mean, it looks weird because it's different.
does. It
but
does look
I mean, like I said, all for player safety, whatever they got to do to keep the games going. But I don't know, man. The thing about concussions is your brain moves in your skull and like hits the front or back of your skull, and that's what causes a concussion.
Yeah.
So no matter how much padding you have, if your head hits the ground hard enough or you hit somebody hard enough, your brain's gonna go forward or backward, and
Yeah.
it's like an inside your skull type thing, not
Yeah.
on the outside. So
Especially playing on turf nowadays. 'Cause,
yeah, turf is so.
I even
it's-
experienced this playing soccer in high school on turf field.
It's so stupid.
Hitting turf field with no pads
yeah.
don't feel good.
Yeah, that's so stupid. Turf is
And even with pads, it still don't feel good.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully Tua comes back. Wouldn't be surprised if he's donezo, but
Wow, that was a great conversation, guys. I think that's it though. I think we're
we got through college,
Yep.
NFL, a little bit of baseball talk
a
here.
little bit
at
of
the end,
review, preview.
Hell, I can talk some NASCAR if you want me to.
too. No, we ain't gotta go
That
there,
shit's for
buddy.
the birds. Bro.
Bring in some more Southern viewership.
Yeah. No,
Griffin, you got anything going on with any bands you're with, or
Well,
any shows coming up?
My band Weeping Cosmonaut, we're an original project. We've got a show coming up on September 26th at the Open Chord
Nice.
down there off Kingston
I'll
Pike
make sure to
in
check it out.
Is that a
West Knoxville.
Thursday night?
It is a Thursday night next week. And
You may find me playing the drums. No, I'm just
my
kidding.
boy here, Jacob Fine's filling on drums for us, which I was going to save it for outside the podcast, but we're debuting as a 5-piece for you.
Oh, do you want who's the?
Hellman Dollar.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We went to school together. Yeah, he's pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's a great guitarist too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. I'm gonna be winging it, but I'm learning, feeling this, and like 4 other songs. But I mean, besides, I think feeling this is the most complicated drums wise.
Yeah.
Other stuff I can pick up on song structure and all that. So it'd be pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
So nice little feeling gig. But
Which we're opening for Bikini Trill out of Los Angeles, if y'all have ever heard of them.
oh no, I have not heard of them.
A little bit of like reggae punk, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weeping's a good opener for that then.
Yeah.
Skylar, you got any music stuff with Jackson going on?
Still in the lab cooking on Tuesdays.
Have y'all have you been working on the songs that that we had been working on, or
There's a lot of new stuff we've been working on.
Dope.
We got about three songs in the works, I guess.
Cool.
I think the plan is to still release a couple of the older songs at some point. I'll have to get with Wes on exactly what we're planning to do. I can't necessarily remember, but yeah, man, things are still looking up. We can make our way into our $1 million radio song of the week. Griffin, do you have one? Do you have one locked and loaded? This is a part of the show.
I do have one locked and loaded. So last Thursday, shout out to Thompson Bowling Arena. Me and my buddy Matthew Smith went and saw Hootie and the Blowfish.
Nice.
And fortunately,
Did he play Interstate Love Song?
Oh, they did. Trust me, they played the meme in full for us.
Yeah, I miss the old Kanye.
Yep.
With Darius Rucker singing Interstate Love Song.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time, by the way.
But crazy
Stone
enough,
Temple
we didn't
Pilots.
even know Collective Soul opened up for them.
Wow,
And that
that's a
was
good-
epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. What'd they open with?
They opened up with, I believe, Shine.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the first song
I
they
hate that
played.
drum beat.
But they tied it in.
That's
They
so
faded
bad.
out from the second chorus, went into Living on the Edge by Aerosmith,
Oh,
and then
cool.
brought Shine back in. It was sick. But
Wait, okay. Living on the Edge, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Those are. I was confused. You said Living on the Edge, and I was like, oh, he thinks, or he was like talking about Living on a Prayer. Living on the Edge is a kick-ass song.
Oh, yeah.
You just made me remember that song. Wow, by Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
That is such a good song. What were you saying though?
I was going to say I'll go ahead and say my song of the week is going to be, I'll go ahead and say Hold My Hand by Hootie and the Blowfish. Why not?
Nice.
I was hoping you'd go real deep into it and say, yeah, so it's I don't know, something by Drake or something funny. Like go into like Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, my
and then,
God.
yeah, that'd be funny. What's yours, Skylar?
So I'm going to go back to 2021, way back when, good old days, if you will. Dead Poet Society has their album. I mean, I don't
It's the
know.
plus, right?
No, it's the dash exclamation point dash. It looks
Oh,
like a
okay.
face.
Yeah.
Whatever they called that album, I honestly don't even know. But
But you can just refer to it as Coda or something.
yeah, pretty much Coda's album, the album with Coda. Song on that album though called Georgia. It's a different type of beat. It's in 5/4 instead of 4/4. It's just one of those that I don't know. It's just it gets me going
I
sometimes.
love Dead Poet. Wes, shout out to Wes for putting me onto them.
Yeah, he put me on Dead Poet too, and it was actually the first time me and Wes met was at WCU Spring Jam 23.
It was the first time
Oh
Yeah.
God,
we had
yeah.
played. Yeah.
2023.
That's a day I like to forget.
Did y'all play?
Yeah, we did.
Who?
Right after y'all. Side reel.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
Sidereal.
I forgot all about that.
And the sound guy was drunk off his ass.
Yeah, the
dude,
sound
with
guy
the
had
wig.
like
God.
a 12 pack of
With a
twisted
wig.
tees.
I wanted to hit that dude with my bass.
He did have a wig
A
on,
blonde wig with glasses is so weird.
but I didn't know Wes at that point, and we kind of congregated a little bit at the show, and then
That's one of Truth's best set.
Yeah,
At the time
I
we did
remember.
break stuff by
Which that was epic as hell. I
Limp
still got a
Bizkit.
video of that.
yeah. That's fun.
Eli got a little messed up, and you and him stayed in a hotel.
Yeah,
and then
homeboy was
me
my
and Wes
ride and
drove
got
back
drunk.
home together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you went with us on the car ride, Griffin.
Yeah.
It was us three. Look at us. Oh my God, look at this. This is pretty cool.
So
man.
what's the song, Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia by Dead Poet Society. It's in 5/4. It's really good. Really good listen if you want to go check
I
it
love
out.
hearing a great song for the first time. I have so many songs I wish I could go back and just hear it for the first time.
Yeah.
But
Dude, so many.
What about you, Jacob?
It's a New Day by the Skull Snaps. That's a really good song. It's like a vintage song. It's way back. Yeah, I think it's sampled. If I'm not gonna lie, I think it's like one of the most sampled songs. If not, someone needs to sample it. But I think someone did sample it. I think that's how I discovered it. Maybe through another song that was using it, and they just said, I don't know. I forgot how I discovered it, but that beat in it is insane, and it's a call and response. So when y'all listen to it, because I listen to the stuff that y'all say. So if y'all listen to my song, you'll notice that they'll say a line, and then this group of people will say a line back, and my God, it just gets you going. It's like, oh yeah,
Well, see,
it's a new day.
that's my favorite part about Hootie and the Blowfish is all the backing vocals.
Because
Because they're a six piece, and every member of the band has
like
his own
3
voice.
layers, right?
Yeah.
The vocals, yeah. And like I saw a comment on the YouTube video of them singing. It was like was like the secret element of their songs that like filled it up and made it,
Yeah.
really amazing. Their background vocals, but this one has more of like a gang vocal type deal. Not like nothing crazy, but it's almost like you're in church. Someone says something and the whole congregation says it back. Gets you going.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name. But yeah, it's a new
kingdom
day
come.
by the Skull Snaps is my $1 million radio song of the week.
Awesome. Well, boys, successful episode 4 here at $1 Million Radio. Special thanks to our boy Griff for
Yes,
coming
sir.
out. Appreciate you, buddy. You're welcome to come back anytime,
Sounds like a plan.
as long as it's a Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you showing up at my house on a Tuesday.
It's my day off, bro. I
We're
got
talking about coming on the podcast anytime.
Yeah, don't just show up at my house. No, I'm just playing.
No, but yeah, we're probably gonna get some more guests on here. And honestly, like the week that I'm gonna go out of town on October 8th or whatnot, maybe Griffin can come over and take my place for that episode if y'all want. But we're gonna have some more guests on. Griffin, if he will be on again, we'll love to have him back on.
Absolutely.
Definitely plan on it.
So yeah. Give that thing an unsubscribe and dislike it. Make sure you comment your least favorite part of the video.
We're up to 24 subscribers. Way too much.
Way too much.
Was it up this corner, that corner?
Just click off.
Click
of
the bell.
video. Why are you even watching? If you watched to this point, man, I feel bad for you. But
We do have a couple people that watch the whole thing.
No, I was about to say before you rudely interrupted. I was going to say I really appreciate everyone that actually does watch it. And when we post the clips on social media, we do get some swap ups on it, some reactions, and get some views and get some plays. And I just really appreciate even if the people online are fake. Have you seen that theory about the dead internet theory?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It means that like most of the internet, like 80%, is just bots posting stuff. And bots made by other people coming and commenting,
Really?
and interacting. Yeah, a lot of the internet does not.
Well, I mean, that does make
Exists.
sense for, sometimes I'll
Facebook?
check comments of like memes that I've seen or something
Yeah.
like that, and it just be the most random.
It's ridiculous
crap.
stuff. Yeah.
It's like brain rot.
So
almost.
even if I think TikTok's real big on
Yeah.
bots and all that stuff. So, but on Instagram we got quite a few views and likes on one of the latest videos, and it was really cool to see. So
Shout out Ashton Genty.
yes,
yeah.
sir. Go
Yeah.
Broncos.
But yeah, if y'all are watching to this point, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support, and can't wait to get another one going next week.
Yeah, we got some lights in here now, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
Broke out the lights.
and Griffin brought some equipment. He had a mic stand his first episode.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah, already
upgrade.
one up on
Need to
Jacob.
get it together, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we should have initiated him by having no mic stand.
Yeah, just
even if he
hold it.
brought it, just like put that back in the car, bud.
Yeah.
Yep. Here, we'll just edit this in there.
Yeah. But hey, it was good talking to y'all guys. We'll be back for another
Absolutely.
$1 Million Radio episode.
This has been episode 4, $1 Million Radio. Thanks for watching, everybody. Shout out Griff. Shout out
yeah.
Jacob. Shout out me. No shout out.
Shout out
I
Skylar.
don't deserve it. I
I'll
don't
shout him
deserve
out.
it.
Shout out
All
Skylar.
right, I appreciate it. Chat, clip that. I want to save it. Chat, don't clip it. Chat, clip it. We clip everything. You know how it is. Here at the $1 Million Radio, episode 4. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.